We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Brandon Belt attempts to climb the National League batting leaderboard. Next. Johnny Cueto is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Now batting, Nico Horner, and we are set for baseball here this evening. And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. Pilar moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. With that, a look at the Cubbies starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, you know, the key for this ball club has been Jason Heyward. He was the catalyst for this ball club last month. He had an on-base percentage of over 400. And when you're doing that, you're really helping your team.
Guys, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They dropped another one last time out, and in fact, they've won just twice in their last 8 tries.
Yeah, Matty, taking a look at the standings right here, this team has a nice lead, comfortable. You always want to find yourself in a position where you're about 5 to 9 games, got the advantage. You don't. One series isn't going to totally kill you in the standings, and this team's sitting pretty right now.
Counts even to Heyward, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fog starting to roll in from across the bay, so a cool 55 degrees as we get going tonight. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Another 2-2 offering. Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. Up into the arcade and out of here.
Love the homer in the top of the first inning. Give your pitcher a chance to kind of regroup and gather himself with an early lead.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he misses with it, 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
Hey, I love that pitch right there. Better execution after just giving up an extra base hit.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Stepping in, Wilson Contreras. He'll get to take his first cuts here. In there for strike 1.
Well, if you could throw it for a strike consistently, a first pitch changeup is effective. Hitters are almost never looking for it.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
You got to go into battle mode after falling down 0-2 and find a way to work yourself back to even.
Back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
A ball and a strike now. Contreras, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
1-2.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Steven Duggar. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Here comes Souza. He can't get there as it falls in.
Boy, this guy's been swinging a hot stick lately, and there's just another example. And even when he doesn't hit one on the barrel, he still manages another base hit.
Yeah, don't overthink it. When you're flowing like he is right now, he's hot as a pistol. Everything's falling.
He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one-hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
So far this season, Dickerson brings in a batting average resting just under .320, and they'll look to inch closer to that mark with a base hit here. A swing and a high drive to right center field, and that is off the wall. The runner from second crosses the plate. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, when that left his bat, I thought it was out of here for a 3-run shot, but to his credit, he didn't hesitate or break into that home run trot. He busted it out of the box and was thinking triple all the way. Well done.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. He's been swinging a very hot bat so far this year and currently finds himself in second place on the leaderboard as he strives for that batting title.
And I'm guaranteeing you he's fully aware of how many hits it's going to take for him to overtake that #1 spot. He's got his eye on the top spot in batting average.
And here's a look at the hometown Giants starting lineup in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, I think Brandon Belt is a guy to watch out for. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click. When he's swinging the bat well, they just go.
And that'll score the runner from third as they'll open up a 3-1 lead.
Boy, this one looked like it was headed for extra bases off the bat. Instead, a line drive bullet caught in the alley, but he does end up getting a sacrifice fly.
Weak grounder down the line at third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Leading off the inning, David Bote, and they'll need him to get something going here. Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike one. And he's really continued to look great in the second half of the season. Over the last 10 games, hitting over 300.
He's been so consistent all year. His timing, just his presence in the box. It doesn't look like this is going away anytime soon. Probably going to battle for a batting title the rest of the way. Okay, here's how San Francisco lines up defensively. And let's focus on one of the most dynamic outfielders in our sport, Kevin Pillar. He's a highlight reel every time he takes the outfield. Has made some of the most signature catches of the last 5 years.
261 the average coming into action here. 13 home runs to go along with 52 RBIs.
Hey, he might have been able to get his body in front of that. I don't know. But the bottom line is I love the effort to slide and try and knock that down, but it was just too hard a play to make.
At the plate, Steven Souza. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. And that misses ball one. And looking at his post-All-Star break performance, his pace has slowed down a bit, but not to the point where there's any real reason for concern just yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't be concerned about it. Anytime you're hovering in that 280 to 300 range for 10 games, you usually feel pretty good about it. The only problem is he had such a great first half, his average has actually dipped a little bit.
Hit out towards second. There's one. On to Belt, but it won't be in time as they just settle for one. So striding in, Kyle Hendricks, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. This one's flared off to the right side. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Boy, D, you're talking about frustrating as a pitcher. You have the pitcher up with 2 outs, and he extends the inning there with a base hit.
Yeah, it's funny. I've hit 8th in my career, and the grind was to try and get the pitcher up so you could waste that out and flip the lineup over. This guy took it into his own hands and did just that. By getting a knock, now we could have some issues here.
Well, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye, 1-2.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
On to first, and the Cubs squander what looked like a good opportunity as that ends the inning. Cubs strand a couple. And stepping up now, Kevin Pillar. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. 2 hits in 7 tries. First pitch coming, here it is. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, I think if you would have asked the manager of this team, first 5 games of this road trip, you're going to go 4-1. He would have signed that in blood. So let the guys continue to play the way they've been playing. Everything is going nice right now.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy's got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
And that's the second out. So coming to the plate, Johnny Cueto. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. Now here's the pitch. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Giants down. Top of the third set to get underway, and that'll bring up the multi-gold glover Jason Hayward.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at-bat. That last at-bat, that was a changeup he hit for a home run. I'm going to see if this time they don't go to more fastballs and curveballs.
Swing and a miss for strike one. And while he put up tremendous numbers in the first half of the campaign, as we talked about earlier, his stats over the last 10 or so games have brought him back down to earth a bit.
Yeah, he's certainly slowed. His timing looks a little bit off these last 10 games, but still finding a way to work that one knock a night in there and keep everybody off his back. I think he figures it out pretty quick here.
Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. So one away here with the bases empty. And in to bat next, the left-handed hitting first baseman, Anthony Rizzo. Drilled on the ground to short. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. He reached on a single in his first try. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
He got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Hey, this is an amazing inning right here. Attacking the zone, keeping his defense invested. Chance to get off the field super quick.
A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They still trail it here 3-1. Riding in once again, Steven Duggar. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. No balls and a strike to count. We mentioned his position in the batting race earlier in the game, and with a batting average above the 400 mark over his last 10 games, it's a little scary to think that he might be getting better as the season wears on.
Yeah, you watch this guy knock the donut off the bat. He strides to the plate with nothing but confidence, and rightfully so. He's been swinging a hot bat lately. Last 10 games really has turned it up a notch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Low and inside with the breaking ball, as that causes him to back up a bit.
He didn't look overly fooled right there, because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
But this will hang just long enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a hard liner toward short, but this won't get by the shortstop as he's there. standing in, Victor Caratini. He'll lead it off against Johnny Cueto.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Soft grounder left side. Up with it is Longoria. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the 4th. Now at the plate, David Bodie. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown the first pitch strike to.
And a great athletic play to get him. Man, wow. Standing in, Jason Kipnis. He singled his last time up. In there, strike one.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
And there's ball one.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the tying run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
A ball and 2 strikes to Kipnis.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Lays off 2-2 now.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
3-1 is our score here in inning number 4. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Striding into the box, Brandon Belt. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. Out in front of it, strike 1. At the plate, he's really continued to look great in the second half. Over his last 10 games, hitting over 300.
No surprise this guy found himself in the All-Star game in the Midsummer Classic. He absolutely had a monster first half. He was almost a certain lock to represent his team at that game.
A bouncer up the middle. And that is by him on into center field. So good hitting on 0-2 nets him a leadoff single. So he picks up another hit. First of the game, but as we've mentioned, it's just one of many so far this season for him.
Yeah, Matty, I know he's fighting for a batting title right now, but the consistency this guy has shown from start to finish this season has been awesome for this team. Talking to the manager before the game, he's the one guy when he walks in the clubhouse door, you know exactly what.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field, but that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And a nice job to get the ball in quickly. He'll be held to a single here with nobody out. And that'll bring up Buster Posey. Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out. Into the box now, Kevin Pillar, as he grounds one briskly to short. To second for one. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score. Now in the box, Mauricio Dubon. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. A ball and no strikes.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
The set and the 1-1 pitch. Line toward right center. And he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. And they'll add one more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Boy, I don't know about that pitch selection right there, D-Roy. You have a base open with the pitcher on deck. Not very good pitching right there.
Dan, as a guy who hit 8th in the National League a time or two, nothing's more difficult than to try and mind meld with the pitcher and come up with a game plan when you know you got the pitcher on deck. Shocking that he was coming after him right there in that big spot, and he paid the price.
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Hit on the ground to third. Scooped up. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. And that's dead center for strike 1. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
The shortstop, Nico.
First delivery to him on the way. Nico Hoerner is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. One ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. It's a 5-1 game here in inning number 5. 1-2 now.
He's 1 pitch away from striking out the side, but even more than that, to throw a donut up after your offense put up some runs, I can't tell you what that means to the boys in the dugout.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
And this one misses high for ball 4, and they have themselves a 2-out base runner. Here's Jason Hayward now. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
1 run, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. And there he goes towards second. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 1 left for the Cubs. They're down here 5-1. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. Between innings, I was able to discuss the current state of the Giants lineup with their manager, Gabe Kapler. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said it was clear his guys were locked into their at-bats from the very first pitch. And that's something they emphasized in the pregame meetings. He's happy they got the message, as now they've gotten into the bullpen. And they put up some solid run production in the early part of this game.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Steven Duggar is in for the 3rd time here as he watches one that misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. Giants center fielder ahead with a 2-0 count.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1.
The second baseman,
Ready once again, Yolmer Sanchez. 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. Popped up. Caratini has room in foul territory, and he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in, Alex Dickerson. 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball one.
McGill has thrown a little over 50 innings. And when you look at his whip over those innings, it's not a particularly pretty number, over 1.5. So he's often dealing with a lot of traffic on the base paths, unfortunately. So they get a 2-out base runner here following the base hit, and that leads us to check out the league leaders in team batting average. And you can see, in fact, that these guys currently lead the National League in that category, and in fact lead all of baseball as well. And that'll get down for a base hit. So that's his second knock of the game, and you can add this to his ever-growing list of multi-hit performances this season.
Does this guy ever look bad at the dish? I mean, really doesn't. Fighting for a batting crown, throwing out multi-knock games daily. It's going to be a fight to the finish right here.
Looking to make it 3 straight 2-out hits here. He's got a runner in scoring position at second. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And now here's a ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the play.
Leading off for the Cubs.
First offering on its
The
way.
first baseman, number 44.
Low for ball 1.
Rizzo.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman. Here it comes. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Yeah, Matty, you see the same pitch 3 times in a row and you find yourself down 1-2 in the count. Your head starts to get on a swivel here. Is he coming back with it 4 times, or do I have to sit on something else?
Weak grounder down the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rizzo. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. The next 3-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Wilson Contreras is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Hit high and deep to right center. On the move is Pilar. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
The third baseman, number 7.
Next to bat will be Victor Caratini. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. The 2-0 on the way. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Next to bat for the Giants, Buster Posey, as he'll get things started in the 6th for the Giants.
Buster Posey.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And here's a ball out towards straightaway center field. Center fielder on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 8. Kevin.
Here comes the first pitch. Swinging a blooper to the right side. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Around second now, and this ball still hasn't been fielded. And he's in there at third with a one-out triple.
And that's the chance you take when you lay out for a ball like that. You make the play and you're a hero on the highlight shows. You miss it and you're picking yourself up and chasing after it.
Standing in now, Mauricio Dubon. Ball one to start the at-bat. That evens it up 1-1. We're in the sixth inning now of a 5-1 ball game. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in and then get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. It's 6-1.
Man, that's surprising, Dan. This guy's flailing at stuff in the dirt and above his head to get to 2 strikes, and then he lays him a cookie.
Boy, you would think after throwing 2 pitches out of the zone that he would triple up and throw a third one either up, down, or in and out, but that one right in the middle of the strike zone.
A bare hand for one on to Rizzo, and it's a double play. Side retired. The next Cub up, David Bodie. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Is put in play to the right side of the infield. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now that the center fielder.
At the plate, Jason Kipnis, 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips. High and deep to straightaway right. Ranging back is Pilar to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now that.
Stepping into the box, Steven Souza. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 out, nobody on. Two and one now to Steven Souza.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Ball even at 2-2. Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact and he'll get another chance. The 2-2 one more time. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. They trail 6-1. And that'll bring up Steven Duggar. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Looked like he went around that time. They'll appeal down to third, and yes, sir, it's strike 1. Now the pitch. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. And it looks like the Cubs will get a left-hander up and working out of the bullpen. Fly ball to straightaway left. Souza is under it, and that's the first out of the inning. At the plate, Yolmer Sanchez. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit on the ground to third. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time. Work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it is the ability to work the whole field. Clearly, he's been putting in that work, and it paid off right there.
Alex Dickerson comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. From the belt, kicks and deals. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single. 3 for 4 right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Into the box now, Brandon Belt. Now, despite the matchup against some typically formidable pitching, he has already turned in a multi-hit performance.
That's why this guy's an absolute monster. He doesn't discriminate. You put a good guy out on the mound, he finds a way to work his knocks in.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Fernando Carrasco has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. And that brings up Javi Baez. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
Right guy, right spot. This is one of the better hitters in their lineup. Just the guy they want to see coming up now to get this inning going.
Can't do much with that one, and it's 1-2.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Tried to hold up there, appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Swing and a line drive. Foul. Another try at 2-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. The Giants are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. He was on point from the get-go this evening.
Hey, Matty V, this guy had it going in this one. You look down at the bottom of that scroll. 10 strikeouts. He had that swing and miss stuff from the beginning all the way to the end in this one.
Seared down the first baseline. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. So that'll bring up Jason Hayward. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better.
Like that pitch there, lefty on lefty matchup, curveball away to a lefty, smart pitch.
Behind 0-2 now. Pitch on the way.
Nope.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And set to go is the 3rd baseman, Evan Longoria. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. The 0-1 pitch. Well off the inside that time as the sinker misses for a ball. Ryan has seen his role change with those one-batter lefty specialists going the way of the dodo as a part of MLB's pace of play initiatives. And he throws a cutter right by him to take control. 1-2. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. 1 gone here in the Giants' half of the 8th, and that brings up Buster Posey. First delivery to him on the way. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Ryan has tossed over 30 innings so far this season, and in that time he's compiled a whip under 1.3. Translation, he's better than league average in that category. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. But baseball's a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
No question, he's swinging the bat very well of late. And when that's the case, you can't wait to get in the batter's box. Definitely the case in this game. That's his second base knock. This one for extra bases.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. It's now 7-1. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch, man.
Whoa, he looks a little frustrated out there, and I don't blame him. He gives up a couple of hits early inning, and then he plunks this guy. He's fighting himself a little bit, so they might want to head out to the mound and try to calm him down.
Curveball taken outside to begin the at-bat. Ball one. Against left-handed pitching so far this season, Santana is hitting over 350 up in the high 300s.
His batting average right now certainly signifies that this guy is having a great year. I'm very interested to see how this guy finishes up.
Digging in to try it again, Steven Duggar. He flew out in his last at-bat. Good lead off a second there. Now the pitch. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. Giants get a run on the RBI double. Trevor Gott comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth. Striding in to start the ninth, Anthony Rizzo, and they'll need him to get something going here. Off we go in the ninth as the first pitch misses for ball one. This one's down to third. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway. There's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. In there for strike one, 0-1. Gott, a former member of the Washington Nationals. He was acquired via trade last year.
Yeah, this guy's fully settled in with this ball club right now. Knows what the manager and coaching staff expect from him. Is not taken aback by anything. He's been through the spring training process and gotten to know everybody in this organization top to bottom.
Had him fooled as he swings through the curveball. 2 down.
That's a pretty sad attempt at hitting a baseball right there. No doubt he was completely fooled because that was a curveball, and it looked like he was late on a curveball. That tells me he gave up on it right till the very end, and obviously there was nothing he could do at that point.
Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Taken, called, strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. He struck him out, and that'll do it for the Cubs here tonight.
It's always nice to give your fans at home something to cheer about, and they definitely did that right here, coming through with a big win at home.
7-1 the final score in tonight's. The Giants jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Johnny Cueto picks up his team-best 14th win in this one as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Kyle Hendricks was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
41,915. The Giants thank you for attending tonight's game at Oracle Park and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely. Good night.
The trade deadline is fast approaching. We'll tell you what your team did on Inside the Show. Hits as they crushed the Cubs 7-1. Fernando Romero collected his 8th win in relief as the Twins took care of the Dodgers 7-2. Antonio Senzatella was victorious for the 5th time this season, helping the Rockies beat the Nationals 3-2. The Phillies combined to allow only 4 hits as they got a road win against Arizona 4-1. Joe Musgrove earned win number 7 this season, leading the Buccos to a win over San Diego 6-3. The Reds racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-2. Luis Severino got the win, his 6th so far this year, as the Yankees took down the inner-city rival Mets 6-4. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in shutouts. The Milwaukee Brewers hit 3 long balls as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 10-3. The win was their 6th straight as a team. Willie Adames was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits, as the Rays pushed past the Marlins 15-10. It was their 7th win in a row. Keegan Aiken earned the win, his 4th this season, as the Orioles took down the Red Sox 5-1. The Detroit Tigers amassed 14 hits in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 11-9. The Kansas City Royals had lost their previous 8 games but put a halt to that